Alright, Crusader tournament. So as I mentioned in the Avenger video, when you spawn in, oh yeah, there's a cutscene right there. You can go to the challenges menu and select static death trap. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do this because I had to quit out due to the thing that happened on Shar. If you watched that video, it's gonna kick me out of the first mission. So I have to actually go over to the shuttle manually. So Manic Speed Demon is a mission, or Manic Speed Demon, Static Death Trap is a mission where you can only use the Hunter Mine Launcher. So for the first two rounds, um, for the first round actually, I don't think round two is like this, but enemies will be spawning on this side and this side of the arena. So you're going to be constantly firing mines in those directions. Oh, so take out these enemies. Put some mines closer to the center of the arena to take care of some enemies that will show up later on. Place about 3 or 4 mines here. And then as you're waiting for these enemies to get taken out, place one mine here because a Reaper will spawn later at that area and you want it to instantly die. So now, on to round 2. There's going to be a dropship. Come and snipe it. And then place more mines. And as you're taking care of these enemies, at some point, place some more mines here to get ready. Place a mine over here, and then place a mine over here in case that one is gone, because there's going to be some turrets that spawn in from the sky, and you're going to want them to instantly be destroyed. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now once you get onto this next round, after the turrets, the enemies are now going to be spawning from this side of the arena and this side, so you're going to pay more attention to these sides instead. And then when you get to round 5, you're going to start spinning so that all of the enemies can spawn. Otherwise, if you don't spin around a bunch, then the enemies will just not spawn and you'll lose time. So yeah, that's one that you're just going to have to practice a lot to memorize. Next up is Marathon. So I'm going to show you a clip right here before we get to explaining how the mission works. So there's if you fall down, there's that little teleporting thing, but you can make it to this other side by charge and canceling in the air. You can also do it with a flail cancel, but I don't see any reason to try it this way because you'll have the Vulcan cannon out for this node right here. So then afterwards, there's this clip that I'll show off. This clip is a little bit difficult, but it can save you a second or two, and I would recommend learning it because of a later mission on the Vindicator tournament. So drop in, and then you're going to set this up like you set up most mine clips, just have Ratchet face parallel to the wall. Now the difference is, I recommend staying inside of the mine for like a second or two, closer to the center. I was a little too far off the center of the mine. And then you're going to jump after like a second or a second and a half of just walking towards the wall. This is a very difficult mine clip when you're starting out. You don't have to worry about it for this mission. It only saves like 2 seconds if you do hit it. But that is something that you may want to keep in mind. So anyways, Marathon. Pull out the Vulcan cannon, destroy the cap off that node, and then either do the clip or you can wait for the bot to activate that grind rail and you can use it if you want. And then when this door opens, or if you clip through, charge, knock the cap off this node over in the distance, capture node, go to this node, capture that node, make it over, oh come on, that was silly, wow, that was very unexpected. Make it to this other side, jump and do a falling neutral double jump, destroy the barrels, make sure to look down to avoid the lag, and then command the bot to hack this last node. I don't recommend standing on this final platform because then that's going to set your checkpoint there if you fall into the liquid. The reason why you would want to fall into the liquid is in case you notice a bot is taking too long on these previous 2 nodes and you want to go back and make sure that everything's alright, take care of any enemies that are bothering it, or Now the next weapons you're going to want to pull out. Equip the Supernova for sure, and then equip the Flail depending on the method for Reactor you're going to be doing. So I'll show you 2 methods to do Reactor. So you're going to Flail cancel, fire the Supernova, and then spam Hyper Strikes against the Reactor. Or what you can do, if you find yourself struggling with that, which I was struggling for a little bit just because I was firing the Supernova a little too fast. or not firing the supernova fast, but I was hyper striking too soon after the supernova shot. So charge, fire, and then jump out of the charge. Now, if reactor goes away, you can either try another supernova shot or snipe him. So I'll try and show off a successful attempt of the reactor battle. So I would recommend trying to get behind him just to delay his movement in case he does start running away. But yeah, Reactor's an easy boss. Marathon is an easy mission. Just make sure to not get that final checkpoint. Just to be safe. And then for Static Death Trap, that's probably the hardest mission in my opinion because the memorization is there's just a lot to learn. So otherwise, this is a pretty decently easy tournament in my opinion. And with that, you have officially completed 50% of the No LC run. So congratulations.